So at 6:10, I call to order the Town of Freedom regular scheduled meeting for January 9th. Does anyone would like to call roll?
Bracken,
Here.
Smith,
There's
Galindo.
a quorum. Here, sorry.
Yes, I will need a motion for a quorum.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that we have a quorum.
Bracken, your vote on a quorum?
Yes.
Yes.
Galindo? Okay. Quorum is stated.
Line item number 3, if the board has had a chance to review the minutes from November 14th meeting and the special meeting on November 19th, I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
You should have took shorthand.
I know. Okay, your Bracken,
Yes.
Galindo.
Yes.
Motion passed.
If the board has had a chance to review the POs for the general fire and ambulance funds, then I make a motion to approve those.
I'll second.
Bracken,
Yes.
Galindo.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Line item number 5, notification of awarding acceptance of REAP grant. Give us the good news, please.
Good news is, congratulations! We are pleased to inform you that your project has been approved for funding. Due to a high amount of de-obligated funds, we are able to fund your project higher than what was requested. Because our total project was, I know. Our total project was gonna cost $59,470. We asked for 40,000 and we were gonna pay the 19,740. They are covering the full 59,470. Which is the
Okay.
first time this has ever happened
In the history.
in the history of REAP, as I know it, for the last 10 years. So,
Let's hope it's a start of a new trend.
yeah. So,
So that will take care of all of our
That will take-
telemetry for our water meters.
yes, software, transmitters, handheld device, all of that. The work, Dawn and I have a meeting January 23rd, mandatory REAP training. And I'm guessing at that point in time, they will give us what the paperwork that normally comes with this, with the assignees of people being able to sign for and requesting payment and stuff. Because otherwise the contract is exactly the same as the terms and conditions of the application. And our front application page. So we just have to accept part 1 of the contract and sign and give them a copy and send back.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. So now we'll just need a
I'll
motion.
save us a little money for the sewer.
Oh, it's gonna,
Yeah, we can redirect funds.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Bracken,
Yes.
Galindo,
Yes.
motion.
We'll have to send a Christmas card to OE the next year.
Yes. Yes. send them a very big thank you. So yes, so January 23rd at 7 p.m. If anybody wants to attend, they're more than welcome to. But Don and I will be headed to Beaver.
When is the acceptance
The dinner,
banquet
that's
thing?
usually April.
We should definitely make it a point to have somebody.
Yeah.
there.
Their annual board meeting and all of that is, but things have been done differently, like, it's like invoices can't be dated prior to January 15th, like, this is our go-ahead letter. Because normally we have to wait till that meeting, that notice to proceed. Well, this is our notice to proceed, but we're not gonna proceed until we go to this mandatory meeting and get all the proper paperwork and know how of what has to be monitored, and I think there's a new inventory sheet and stuff like that this year, so, because NODA will be doing the physical auditing of the grants this year,
Okay,
so. Anyway,
cool. Well, that's a good way to segue into department reports.
yes.
Do you have anything from the maintenance department?
I do not, other than I know, like, discussing that the sewer lines on the northwest side of town have been backing up, causing residents some issues. So, and like I said, I know several years ago we had a company come and do like did 3 or 4 sections, 1 section each year, and cleaned them out and scoped them and everything. And we had talked at that time, waiting a couple of years and then having them come back and do it again, and I don't think we had them come back. I don't know if it was when Ed was here when we did it, or if it was Stuart here.
It was Ed. If I remember
So,
right, it was
Has it been that long?
Ed.
But like I said, I don't know if Stuart was here, because when we did it last time, we started at Dawn's, that main manhole right there, and then went this way. And then, I don't know for sure, but it was, I wanna say, at that point in time, it was like 3,000 for each section that they did per year. So I don't know what the cost would be, I'm sure it's gone up a little bit, but comparable to keeping a system proactively cleaned out so that, you know, any repairs could be minimal. Other than I think we probably need to replace all clay
Well,
at
that's
some point.
the problem.
I mean-
Most of this town is still all clay.
So,
Okay.
but I will look and see what that company is and have Stuart see if they're still in business and get some quotes on that and see who else he's contacted, if he's contacted anyone yet.
Okay.
I don't know.
If that concludes maintenance department report, does the office manager have anything to report?
She didn't have anything from me, no.
This is getting easier. Does the town clerk or treasurer have anything to report other than the good OEDA news?
I said I had the OEDA news, here are financials. I don't have the general, because we don't have the sales tax in yet or anything else, because the meeting's fairly early this month with the way the first fell.
Mhm.
So, like I said, the only thing I question on the MTA side of it is the large, and it's a PO every time, to that share corp for the sewers, for the lagoon chemicals and stuff like that. I don't know if he's I know we started getting it when Ed was here, and so I don't know if he's priced anybody else or if anybody else has contacted him as a salesman to get different prices, but that's a large PO every month. And I don't know what it's used for. I mean, other than the lagoon maintenance. Like I say, I don't know if there's the same type of stuff out there at a different cost.
I don't know if that's something that got started when we had all that trouble with somebody dumping grease or oil in the
Well,
sewer system.
That, and it got started whenever the cattails and just the vegetation down there had overgrown so bad. Ed was having some real problems with it at a couple of summers with the vegetation growing and stuff. And I know that's when we started getting this stuff. He had a salesman call him and come and did stuff. But like I said, I don't know if we've looked at other avenues since then or not.
You make a note to have Stuart tell us what that is.
Yes. Because it's the Dynasty 300. That is the repetitive product that I see on the invoices.
What's it called?
Dynasty 300. And one thing, I hate to bring it up, to think about is if we're gonna start doing some sewer repairs and things like that. I know since I've been here 10 plus years, we haven't raised any rates, but if we're gonna have to start doing maintenance, one thing we may have to look at is increasing like sewer costs to our residents. I can have Dawn, since she's the billing clerk, call other towns and see what they charge for sewer fees and just kind of get an average estimate of what, you know, what other towns around us charge as well. Because I know, like I said, we haven't raised anything in 10 years plus. And it's getting to where we're having to do maintenance on our systems to where we're gonna have to.
I only heard back from one person when we lowered trash rates. I wonder if I'll only
You
hear
might
from
hear
one
from
person if we raise sewer rates.
I doubt that, you know how the,
Prices go up, we're gonna hear from everybody.
but we can offset it by the fact that the price of gasoline is going down.
Well, I just,
One thing goes down, nothing's gonna come
when
up.
we do start all this, we're also gonna have to like inform the residents that they kinda need to start also from their property line, not from from the tap. All
Doing
that,
their own
that
maintenance.
kinda needs to start to be updated too, because a lot of these houses in town still have the old Orangeburg pipe stuff that
Mhm.
needs to be gone.
Hello?
Sorry.
Yeah, see what Dawn can find from other municipalities. And more importantly, how do they formulate their rate?
How they come, can,
Because there has to be some formula for cost of the infrastructure versus the amount of residents or something. I know or I thought at one time we were quite a bit cheaper than say someplace like Woodward.
I think we were,
Good thing about updating that too, we'll be able to see how many taps we actually have.
yeah.
Because there's still old tabs from old houses, they're still there, that just,
Phone system with silt. All right.
That is all that I have.
Okay, line item 7, any new business? Speak now or forever hold your peace. No new business. Any remarks from the governing board?
not yet.
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Yes. I'll
Okay.
second that.
I have 16.
6:25. Oops.
That works.
Sorry, AT&T.
No. Okay, Belinda? I need you.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Bracken,
Yes.
meeting adjourned.